Hello and welcome to my little Stampin Squirrels video where we're just going to do one of the cards from the packs that we've sent out this month. And today's card is a little gatefold card with a very pretty matching band to go around it. So it's really straightforward and your packs will have everything in that you need other than your glue, and I'll show you how to do it this afternoon. All the packs, maybe slight differences in some of them because I've had to use a number of papers. So this paper is from the Best Dressed Floral ones, which came out for the Spring Summer catalogue. Some of them have also used the Tropical Oasis, which again was a Spring Summer catalogue one. And one or two have used a few of the Bird Ballad papers, which were in the annual catalogue. So, but I focused on flowers, thinking of a spring theme and all those things that go with it. So this little card has a very simple band. And it's, as I said, it's a gatefold card. So it will open out. As I've managed to do all the cards using a light coloured cardstock base, like this one, you won't actually have the big white card inside. I was measuring up in case I had to do any on a darker colour, because writing on that would have been hard. You'd have had to put in a white colour base. And you'll do it so your band can just slip around the card, which says hopefully. There it slides on, and it's got a nice contrasting. We'll have picked out some of the colours that are either on the base card, on the card base, or the panel card, so it all coordinates for you. So the one I'm just going to show you now, just put this onto one side, we're going to use a card base, which is in So Saffron. So I've challenged myself to use some of those colours that aren't my natural home. And then I've got a piece of the Best Dressed cardstock. So you may not have recognised all the florals. I think lots of people liked all the handbags and shoes. This one's actually got a plain yellow background. And then I've got a very lovely piece of, no, it's not Highland Heather. I can't remember what the name of this ink is, so I'll look it up for you at the end. Anyway, so the first thing you're going to do with your glue, just put the card base to one side, is just put some snail glue or whatever your alternative glue is around the edges of your card. And then you may want to just double check on the flowers. Is there a better way up it looks? Is there a right or a wrong way up? Most of them should be fine. And then you're just going to very carefully, I just like to take my time doing this, just to line it up, making sure everything is equidistant across the card. There we go. And just gently push that down. So that's one panel done. Now, because this is a video and I didn't want to do it again, I've prepared one earlier. There it is. So those are the two card panels that you'll have. So it is straightforward. The next thing you'll be doing will be putting your panels onto your card base. So they look like that. There we go. That's what it is. So it's straightforward gluing. This isn't a complicated card, but it does enable you to use some of the beautiful designer series paper that Stampin' Up do. And obviously, because all the designer series papers have two sides, you may decide when you get the papers I've sent you in the packs this month to use the other side, or the colours may not coordinate quite so well. Purple Posy, that's the name of this card. I knew I'd remember it if I thought long and hard enough about it. It's because it's these subtle and pastel shades which are not necessarily my normal bag of colours. So there we are, there's your gatefold card, straightforwardly. And as you can see, it opens out and has a very attractive front cover. So the only remaining thing to do, if you go back to the previous card, is to make the belly band that goes across. So your card will contain two pieces of a coordinated paper in order to make the band. You'll have a foil circle and then some stamped out bits for your sentiment. We have put a birthday wishes on, and this birthday wish is actually from the very Varied Vases stamp set. But I have also included a blank one in the right shape, stamped out already, if you wanted to put your own words on instead. So for the belly band, I have just sneakily just measured it out roughly. So I preempted. So I do one join, so it goes in the middle at the front, because that will be being covered by everything else. Okay, so first of all, I'm just going to join the front. I'm just going to snail down. I'm back to front, sorry. There we go. Get that out of the way. And join the front. So the front two sections are together, pretty much in the middle so they don't overlap. And then on the back, just turn it over. You can trim it if it's easier for you, so you don't have a big overlapping part. But I'm just going to look roughly, it's to about there. So I'm just going to glue roughly up to the joining point. Oops, that snail has decided not to work at the moment. There we go. And what you want to do is make sure the band is snug enough to go up and down the card, but while still holding it together. There we go. So that means it's not going to lurch open. Then I've got the disc. I just use the foils because I think they add a nice accent. And then finally you'll have two parts, and again we've tried to coordinate ink that I've used on the front with the ink colour that you'll find in the patterned floral paper. And again I've got a matching cardstock for the scallop shape. I have to say, I do like these ovals, but I think the scalloped circle is an old die I had, a punch rather. There you are, they're just punched out. And then you can put them on the middle. Just line it up, check your spacing first. There we go. Just pop that onto the middle of the circle. And then finally, now that was nearly it. I did. So I work out where it's going to go, and I actually put my glue onto the belly band, not onto the foil circle, because there is a patch on the foil circle. Oh, this glue is playing up slightly, which isn't going to show. There it goes. And actually, if you're not careful, you could glue above it and it could get stuck to the higher part of the card. So by putting the glue onto the belly band and then just putting that on and centering it, I think it might be slightly skewy, but there we go. There we go. There's your new Gatefold card. And again, the band can go up and down, so you can take it off to write your sentiment or write your message inside, and then put it back on to send it at the end. Hope you enjoy it. Thank you very much.